Hello, it's Sonia here with The Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. So today we are going to be doing another 18-inch doll project, and I thought it might be fun to make a little two-piece swimsuit here. So I am using my G hook or 4.25mm hook, and I'm going to use two different yarns. I'm using DK weight or number 3 yarn. So here we go. I'm kind of going for like a cotton candy vibe here. So we've got some pink and we have some blue. I know this is Paint Box DK weight yarn number 3. This might be Simply Soft. It kind of feels like it, and it is labeled as a worsted weight yarn, but to me I call it like a DK weight and a half, number 3, like 3.5 yarn, because I find it to be a little finer than traditional worsted weight yarn, but it's a little bit heavier than typical DK weight yarn, but for this project it should be completely fine. Okay, so we are going to be working on the bottoms first. So we're going to be working at the waist, and we're going to be working foundation single crochet because it tends to be a little bit more flexible, so it'll be easy to dress your doll. And if you're not familiar with 18-inch dolls, I have American Girl dolls, but there's all different kinds. There's ones called My Life, there are Australian girl dolls, Canadian girl dolls, maybe there's ones called My Generation, maybe. I'm not 100% on that, but there are a lot of 18-inch dolls, and this should fit a variety of those dolls. Alright, so let's chain 2. We're working foundation single crochet in the second chain from our hook. We're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop, we're chaining 1. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2. So we've worked 1 foundation single crochet, and we're going to continue. So inserting our hook in that chain, pulling up a loop, chaining 1, and yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. So you're going to repeat that. So going back in that chain, and I'm not sure how many we need. I will let you know. So I'm making this on the fly, but I have made bottoms before. I have an idea of how I want these to look, so we shall see if that's going to work. I hope so. So I will meet you back. Okay, so I have worked 46 foundation single crochet. So now we are going to turn this into a round. So I'm going to run my thumb and index finger down. I'm going to swing over the other end here. So right there on top, I'm going to join with a slip stitch. And now we have created our waist here. So I am going to chain 1 single crochet in that stitch, and we're just going to single crochet around. Now you can change colors wherever you like with this project, so I am going to be changing to my blue after round 2 because I want this to kind of be like a waistband, that it's a different color than the rest of it, and plus I don't have much of my pink, so I need to kind of get creative with how I use it. So you're just working your single crochet around, and we're going to be working in continuous rounds so it looks as seamless as it can. So back here is going to be the back of our bottoms. So I'm not sure how many rounds that we are going to work. So what you're going to do when you get to your last stitch, so this would be our last stitch, I'm going to place my stitch marker in that last stitch. Then I'm going to jump in and work my single crochet around, and I'm just going to keep working single crochet around until I have worked enough rounds. I'll let you know, until we need to divide for our leg holes. So I'll let you know how many rounds that you will be working, and again we're working in continuous rounds. So if you do decide that you want to change colors, you can join if you prefer, because that will help your colors line up. If you don't want to join and change colors, the back, it's going to be a little bit staggered. The colors, they're not going to match up perfectly around, but it is the back of the suit, and sometimes I don't really mind if it looks like that. But I'm going to have my bottoms be mostly blue. So you'll see a little bit on the waist here that'll be a little staggered with the blue, but you know, that's just a preference of how you want to do it. So I'm going to keep going here and I will meet you back. Alright, so I worked 14 rounds. So now we're going to divide for the leg hole. So we're going to be working on the left leg hole first. And as you can see, here is my stitch marker. So what we're going to do for round 15 of the left leg hole, we're going to chain 13. Okay, so we have 13 chains. So what we want to do is we are going to skip 23 single crochet. So I'm just going to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've skipped 23. So in this stitch here, so now I need to go back and get my chain. I'm just going to kind of pull it up a little bit so I know where I need to work so I can snag that chain. Probably should have left my hook in there. Alright, so in that 24th stitch, we're going to take our chain and we're going to work a single crochet. And then we're just going to continue to single crochet around. So for round 15 of the left leg hole, we will have 23 single crochet and 13 chains. Okay, so I've worked my 23 single crochet and I'm still using my stitch marker in that last stitch. So now let's begin round 16. So what we're going to do is we are going to work in the chain, and we want to work in the chain. We don't want to work around it, so we're going to just, however you like to work in your chain, we're going to work 13 single crochet because we chained 13. And then you're going to continue to single crochet around the rest of the leg hole. And we'll see if that's enough because we are making bathing suit bottoms. So I'm going to keep going here. So I'm going to make sure I've worked 13 single crochet, and then you can see I'm working in the chain. So I'm going to keep going here and I'll meet you back at the end of round 16. So at the end of round 16, you're going to have 36 single crochet. Okay, so I finished up round 16, and then round 17, I just worked single crochet all the way around. So we're getting close to being done with the left leg hole. And again, you have 36 stitches. So we're going to begin round 18. So now I'm going to join in the front loop here. I'm going to use my other color. Now, if you're not, you don't have to use another color, but I want to incorporate that pink again. And we're going to begin round 18. So we're going to work a little ruffle here. So we're going to chain 1, we're going to work 2 single crochet in that stitch, in that front loop, and we're going to continue to work 2 single crochet in the front loop all the way around. So we have 36 stitches, so we will have 72 at the end of this round. Again, just popping in 2 single crochet all the way around. And I'm not sure if I'm going to work another round or not. I might just have this like a little baby ruffle. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go do that and I will meet you back. Alright, so I finished up round 18. So when you're done, you're going to join with a slip stitch in that first stitch. And again, we have 72 single crochet. And if you wanted a longer one, you could just work another round of single crochet, but I actually really like that sweet little ruffle. I think it looks adorable. Really happy with that. Alright, so now we need to work on the right leg hole. So now you can see how it just really looks cute there. Okay, so now we're going to attach our yarn in, so we're in the back here. So here is where we started. So this is the back. We're going to attach our yarn in that next unused single crochet. So I need to find my blue. We want to keep with our color scheme here. So I'm going to attach my blue. And I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet. So I will have 23 single crochet that we're working. Now the right leg hole will be slightly different than the left, but it will end up looking the same. We just kind of have to do a couple little extra steps here. So I'm just going to continue to work, tail is getting in my way, my 23 single crochet. So this is going to be round 15 of the right leg hole. Okay, so I have worked my 23 stitches. So here is our chain, and if we just jump into that first unused chain, it just looks kind of messy. So we're going to be adding some stitches just so it looks neater and cleaner. So you can see here there is a space. So I'm going to insert my hook in there. So it's stitch 24. And then I'm going to work a stitch here. And then I'm just going to continue to stitch across. Okay, so I have stitched across here. Right now I'm at stitch 38. So you can see there is a big gap there. If we just went here, that's going to show. It's not going to look very nice. So I'm going to work in here. So this will be stitch 39, and then right here, stitch 40. So that is row around 15, and we have 40 stitches. We worked 4 extra, we want to have 36. So let's get ready for round 16 after I placed my stitch markers. Okay, so for round 16, we're going to decrease 4 times because we want to have 36, but we want to do it strategically so that it does not show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it right here because this part is not going to show. We're going to work 4 decrease stitches there when we get there. So I'm just working my single crochet. Just jumping right in, keeping with the pattern here. Okay, so we are still on round 16. So I've worked 27 stitches so far. So we're going to decrease, so we're going to work over 2 stitches. So we're going to do it so it looks as seamless as possible. We're going to insert our hook in the front loop of the next stitch, and we're going to do front loop of the next stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and we're going to yarn over and pull through the remaining 2. So that is stitch 28. So we're going to do that again. We have to do it 4 times. So front loop, front loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So stitch 29. So we're going to do it again. Front loop, stitch 30, front loop, for our last decrease, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. So we are back to where we need to be, and we are ready for round 17, which we are just going to, round 17 and 18, we're just going to single crochet around, because for the right leg hole, we have to work one extra round. It just is what you need to do to make it look right. So you're going to work even, so you're going to work 36 single crochet around for round 17. Round 18, single crochet 36 stitches. Round 19, we're going to be repeating what we did here with the ruffle, and you're going to work 2 single crochet in each stitch, and then you can cut your yarn, and then your cute little bottoms will be all done. Alright, so I finished up my round 19, and then you will cut your yarn, and again we worked in the front loop, and I need to cut my blue. So then your bottoms will be all done. I think they turned out really cute, and now we need to work on the top part of our little swimsuit. Okay, so now we are working on the top. So you can see I've already started. So what you're going to do is you're going to be working foundation single crochet just like we did for the bottoms, and instead of working 46, we're working 44. So I've already went ahead, worked my 44 foundation single crochet, and then we're just single crocheting around 44 stitches for 2 more rounds until we get to round 3. So I just finished my round 3 of 44, and I did do continuous rounds, but now I'm going to join in my first stitch, and I am going to cut my yarn. So we have our circle here. So this part is the back of our top, and then this will be the front. So what you want to do, because we're going to work on the front, we are going to count 14 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. In that 15th stitch, we're going to attach our yarn. And we're going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet. And we're going to single crochet across, I'm not sure how many stitches. I will put that on the screen immediately for you. And now we're going to be working in rows for the front of our top. Okay, so this is row 1 here of our front, and we've worked 18 stitches. So rows 2 and 3 of the front, we're going to just single crochet across. So 1 stitch in each, just working single crochet. Okay, so I ended up working 4 rows, which I will have put on the screen. So now we're going to start on the left front. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet in 9 stitches. And this is row 5, so we've worked our 9 single crochet. So row 6, we're going to chain 1. So this is row 6 of the left front. We're going to single crochet in that first stitch. We're going to work a decrease stitch, and we're going to try to do it as seamlessly as possible. So we are going to insert our hook in the back loop, and we're going to insert our hook of the back loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So a little bit different than the bottoms where we worked in the front loop. So now we're going to single crochet across until we have 3 stitches left. So we're going to insert our hook in the back loop, working the decrease, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then single crochet in that last stitch. And we have 7 single crochet for row 6. So let's begin row 7 of the left front. We're going to chain 1, turn our work. Now we are just going to work even. So we're going to work 7 stitches all the way across. And then row 8, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. We're going to be repeating row 6 with the decrease. So we're going to single crochet in that first stitch, work the decrease, back loop, and then we'll single crochet until we have 3 stitches left. So that's just 1, and now we have 3 stitches left. We're working that decrease again in the back loop, and single crochet in the last stitch, and now we have 5 stitches. Chain 1 and turn our work. So now we're ready for row 9, and we're just going to work even. And row 10, we'll chain 1 and turn. We're going to decrease again, but we're going to do it slightly different. We're going to jump in right away. So in that first stitch, we're going to insert our hook in the back loop, work the decrease, and now in the next stitch we're going to work single crochet, and now we'll work the decrease again, and we will have 3 stitches. We'll chain 1 and turn. For row 11 we're just working even, so 3 single crochet, we're going to chain 1 and turn. For row 12 we're going to decrease again, so back loop, and then single crochet in the next. So now we only have 2 stitches. Row 13, we're going to work 2 single crochet, and then chain 1, turn. Row 14, we're going to do 1 more decrease, back loop, and now we have 1 stitch. So now what we're going to do is we are going to work on our strap. So we're going to chain, and I'm not sure how many chains we're going to do. So I'm going to go off camera and work my chain, but here is what we're looking like. So looking like a little top there. So I'll let you know how many chains that we're going to make. Okay, so I worked 40 chains. I think that'll be enough. So we are going to work just a little decorative little bobble on the end of our strap here, just to give it a little interest. So I'm yarning over in the 3rd chain from my hook. I'm inserting my hook, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, go right back in that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. So now we've just created a little bobble, so it's something cute on the end. And now for our strap, we are just going to slip stitch across until we get back to the top. I mean, you could just chain and cut your yarn, but I just feel like it always looks kind of like sad and scraggly, so I like to slip stitch across. Just it just gives it a little bit more of a polished look. Okay, so I have slip stitched across my chain, so just to anchor it, I like to just slip stitch right back in that single crochet that we made, just to anchor it there. And then we can cut our yarn, and the left front is all done. So there it is. And I always like having my straps tied right on. Of course you could use a ribbon or something, but I just feel like it's not as secure. Okay, so now we need to work the right front. So in the very next stitch, you are going to attach your yarn with the right side showing. So this is row 5 of our right front. We're going to single crochet in that first stitch and single crochet across. So again, we should have 9 single crochet. Okay, so what you'll want to do is you're going to be repeating rows 5 through 14 and then make the other strap. So we chained 40 and we did the little bobble on the end, and then you can cut your yarn. And then to finish it off, we're going to be adding a little ruffle on the bottom. Alright, so here's my little top, both my straps. So now we need to work on the bottom with the ruffle. So we're going to turn it upside down, right side facing, and the back of the top. And we're going to attach in the front loop here of the other side of that foundation chain, and we're going to do the same thing as we did with the bottoms. We're going to work 2 single crochet in each front loop for our little ruffle. So working those single crochet, there's that first one and the second one, and we're just going to continue working in that front loop there. 2 single crochet. Oops, here we go. So I'm going to keep going, working my 2 single crochet. I might want to work a second round, I'm not sure. Again, you can customize this however you want to. So if you did want to work another round for the ruffle, you could certainly do that. But after you're done working as many rounds as you would like, then you would join in both loops and cut your yarn. And of course, if you were working another round of the ruffle, you would just work in both loops. But working in that front loop helps it to be a little bit more ruffly, because that's what we're going for. So I'm going to go do that and I will meet you back. Okay, so here's my top. I did work 2 rounds of the ruffle. I thought it needed to, and really happy with how it turned out. I think it's super cute. And here are the bottoms. So of course we'll need to weave in the loose ends and block it if necessary, and then it'll be all set for wearing. So I suggest to dress the doll, put the top on first, so you'll insert the legs through here and then just shimmy it up and tie it around the neck, and then slide on the bottoms, and you're all set for wearing. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.